Well, hello, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Cody, the founder of Montarbo Skincare, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin, regardless of your age, concern, or budget. And if you're new, welcome. And if you love this info, please subscribe. If you have any questions about today's video, feel free to ask them below. I just am wanting to talk about a lot of different things this year, and the main thing that I wanted to talk about is just a lot more of the internal health and our emotional health and how that affects our skin, how that also just affects our ability to age well. And so today I wanted to talk about hormones, mostly adult acne, and how hormones affect adult acne and why you're getting acne later in life, right? I apologize, I have nothing on my skin. I have no tint, I have no powder, I have nothing. I just had a facial with Crystal, and I just kind of wanted to actually show you my skin right now because I too have been really trying to get my skin back on track after last year. Girl, I was a mess. I just had a lot going on, and I wasn't really practicing what I preached. I was being very basic with my regimen. You know, depression does that to you, girl. When you're depressed, you don't really give a shit about a lot of things. So if you've been feeling down, or if you have felt down, I'm sure you can relate to that, and how, you know, things don't seem that important when you're kind of feeling down, and so to honor that. But I'm back on track this year. All I've been doing to my skin is my glow cleanser, my transformation pads 2 to 3 times a week, my beauty elixir, and then my mask to hydrate my skin, and then sunscreen. That's all I've been doing. And so the feedback from the mask the feedback from the pads have been just so remarkable. Thank you guys so much for trusting my team and I with the pads and using them, loving them, recommending them, reviewing them. Oh my God, you guys are so amazing. So anyway, but you know, what happens when you're doing everything and you are like not getting results, or you're doing everything and it keeps rebounding, like it keeps coming back? So I wanted to talk about hormones today and how they affect you, and I wanted to share a little bit of a story about my hormones and how I am been very surprised to learn more about how my hormones in my body have not been functioning properly as well. And I've been doing everything, and I've been preaching this, and I'm sitting here telling people check their hormones, do all this stuff, and even I just got my hormones checked again. The first time I went to Kaiser and they said it was fine, and I just was feeling like something was off. Last year, you know, I had to go get on some psych meds and change some things around because I was just feeling very down, and that really changed my life. But I just haven't been feeling like myself, like the energy and the drive and all that stuff. And of course, I think all of us can just, we all, I think, feel a little different after everything. Wouldn't you agree that it's happened with COVID and just everything, right? It's like, I feel like all of our chemistry has changed a little bit, and how we do things and why we do things. And so I went and got them done by a specialist that looks for testosterone issues and estrogen issues like that. And so I was very shocked when it came back, and my testosterone is supposed to be around 400 to 600 for my age. I'm 44, and it's below 300. So I am just sharing that story with you so that if maybe you've been doing everything and you're not getting your skin better, like your pigment isn't going away, your acne keeps coming back, and you've done the dieting and you've done the products and you did the serums and you did the prayers and the mantras, burning the sage, and you're still not getting the results you want, maybe it's internal. Maybe it could be your hormones. Maybe because you're experiencing adult acne now later in life, you're producing a lot more oil. Maybe you're going through a lot of stress and you have cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone. Also, insulin resistance is a hormone, or insulin is a hormone, and people can develop insulin resistance. So it's just really important to get that checked. And for women, especially if you want to get pregnant and fertility and stuff, I think the issue is that we're not aware of how intricate our hormones are and how much they affect our health and our skin. And when our hormones are running properly, our skin is hydrated, it looks better, it's not breaking out, we feel better, we have more energy, our body is, you know, processing all of the things it needs to do properly when it's getting the right hormones put into it. And so I think a lot of women don't realize too that birth control causes a huge disruption in your skin. What can happen is a woman will go on birth control to try to fix her skin, or just be on it for, you know, birth control reasons, and then she gets off of it, and then she's struggling for years to try to re-regulate her hormones because she's coming off of birth control. So, you know, one of the hormones, androgen, is responsible for causing more. It's the male hormone. testosterone, it causes more oil production and causes a lot of other things. And so if women have a lot more testosterone in their system, they can develop more oil production and more acne, and especially more cystic acne. But then if you also are dealing with pigmentation, estrogen affects also pigmentation. So too much estrogen in the skin causes more melanin production. So not to mention, when you're not have all your hormones running or properly functioning, you also become more sensitive to things. You also become more tired. You're not sleeping well. You're usually not eating well because something is off, and you're reaching for ways to soothe yourself, including sugar. I'm guilty of that. Or maybe other drugs or things that you're doing just to try to feel better. So if something feels off, if something isn't feeling right, go get your hormones checked. Go to an endocrinologist. We found one. I'll leave the information below here in San Diego. If you're in San Diego, we're going to be referring everybody to them because they're affordable for a good blood panel, and then they go through it with you. Never has Kaiser gone through it with me. No, they don't care. And I actually found out the reason they never mentioned anything was wrong with my hormones before, and it's around the same number, is because when they find a problem, they have to help you with it, which I thought was strange. I thought Kaiser was about prevention, and it doesn't seem like it's actually about that. They've been terrible with my partner and his health and some things he's been struggling with. And so we're looking to get out of Kaiser because I just feel like they don't really care anymore. So and even, just with my mental health stuff, they were very, very resistant to helping me. So anyway, I know I'm kind of rambling all over the place, but I think it's important just to be more vulnerable with my process and what I'm going through so that you can feel less alone, or maybe that you can figure out, hey, maybe, hey, if he's like doing this for a living and he didn't realize what was going on and then got tested, what could be going on with me? I think too, with menopause, a lot of women are, I have to say this too, being really hard on themselves about their hormones. And this is the thing. You can't blame yourself for these things. Your body is trying to tell you something, but it doesn't mean you should be blaming yourself and being hard on yourself that, oh, my hormones aren't working. And a lot of women do that with their skin. They start breaking out, they get adult acne, and they're like, oh my God, my cycle, or, this and this. And so it's just, we've got to not be so stressed about this so we can find better solutions. We can lean into our health, but let's be in the right energy as we do it. Let's not be afraid. Let's not be in stress. Let's not be worried. Let's be in a state of openness, state of allowing, state of just knowing we're going to find a solution, knowing our body's going to figure it out, knowing that we can figure this out. So a couple things, I actually had to go and get testosterone, so I'm getting shots. I'm doing them once a week, once a month, and then I'm getting every month blood work done again just to test it. Also, something else I'm doing, and I'll share more information on this if you guys are interested, but I'm really interested in just being as healthy as possible. And girl, I'm not perfect. I have my addictions, I have my issues, I have my things that I do that still don't probably make sense to some people when I do all these other things to be better. But we're not here to be perfect. We're here to be human. We're here to be vulnerable. We're here to share it all. And, so I have my little things that I do, and I want to be even better and be healthier and let more things go, more addictions, more negativity, and just be in a state of more of allowing myself to not be judging myself. And so I just wanted to share that because I think a lot of women, especially around menopause time, start getting really hard on themselves that, their body's acting different, they're looking different, they're feeling different. And it's really important, babe, to be loving and kind as much as possible to yourself, and to realize that a lot of this talk about women and aging and hormones is in the wrong energy. It's in the energy of not really helping. It's more in the energy of fear and what's wrong, and there's always a problem and you have to be constantly fixed. And that's just not true. So the state of our natural self is well-being. It's always thriving. Our body's always wanting to reach homeostasis. So we have to figure out a way to meet and merge into that homeostasis, or allow that environment for homeostasis to occur. And one way we can do that with our hormones is to be eating less sugar. I know. And that includes also fruit. When if you have a lot of insulin resistance going on, it means that your body doesn't matter. It doesn't matter of course, glucose, fructose are different ways your body processes the sugar. But if you have a lot of insulin resistance going on, which is triggering skin issues, then that's the first sign to pay attention to, so you can realize something is going off. My body is telling me something. Pay attention to my skin. My skin is an organ. It is an organ of elimination and detox, and it's showing me and telling me and trying to get me to to look within and to figure out what's going on cellularly from the inside out. Because bitch, please, we can throw these serums on our face all day long. They can only do so much, okay? It's all surface. We're chasing effects. We gotta go into and try to figure out what the cause is. And the cause of most skin disorders, issues, disease, whatever you wanna call it, is hormonally driven, or a lack of your hormones not being balanced. So, we're going to be producing a lot more content. You can sign up below on a link below where you can become a VIP of ours, where you will be able to learn all you want to learn about your skin if you're interested in that. And we're going to be talking a lot about hormones, the things you can do, the things you can eat, the things you should be avoiding, so that you can just be very healthy internally in every area, and that also will affect the skin. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them below. Feel free to chime in if you have any experience you want to share about this topic. It's a topic that I think a lot of us need to be talking about because it's important. Also, one last thing, so sorry, is I'm just going to throw this out, but I'm going to be doing another video, is one of the most important things you can avoid and should avoid to keep your hormones regulated and pure, or whatever you want to say, is fragrance. Fragrance is a toxic chemical to us. And women, I love you, but Jesus, the amount of fragrance you're putting on yourself every day, sometimes I get in the elevator or people will come here and I can't even breathe. And the baby powders and the lotions and the candles and the makeup and the fragrance you spray and the body lotion with fragrance in it, and then the body wash with it, and your hair product has fragrance. All that fragrance causes a disruption of your hormones. They're endocrine disruptors. So pay attention to those things if you're coming into contact with them, because now they've researched this, and this is actually what's causing a lot of fertility issues now, right? So we don't want to have fertility issues, right? So we want to catch these things at the early subtle stages when they're trying to get your attention, so that they don't develop into bigger issues later, which includes you not being able to get pregnant, okay? So anyway, I've run off on a tangent. Fragrance is definitely something to start avoiding at once, including your candles. Please do not be burning fucking candles that have fragrance in them. They're disgusting and they're toxic and they're harmful for you, for your lungs, and for your hormone. So anyway, I love you guys. Hope that you are well. I missed you. I will be around a lot more. I hope that you're still excited to stay here, and I hope that you're excited to hear new, fresh content ideas from me, because bitch, I've been feeling a little bored with my one-trick pony tricks of glycerin and oatmeals, and I'm like, there's more in me I want to share, and I've been kind of holding back. I'm sorry, but we're moving forward, and I feel ready to just give it to you all, and I cannot thank you enough for allowing me the opportunity to always be with you, to always feel supported and loved by you, and to help me to be a creator and a person that just wants to see you thrive and to see you succeed, and that just means the world to me that I get to do this with you and that we have such a connection. So thank you so much. I love you so much, and I will see you soon in a new video. Bye.